Hello, let's start the chapter 15 of 11th class physics, waves. If you drop a little pebble in a pond of still water, the water surface gets disturbed, and the disturbance doesn't remain confined to one place, but propagates outward along a circle. If you continue dropping pebbles in the pond, you will see circles rapidly moving outward from the point where the water surface is disturbed. It gives a feeling as if the water is moving outward from the point of disturbance. If you put some core pieces on the disturbed surface, it is seen that the core pieces move up and down but do not move away from the center of disturbance. This shows that the water mass does not flow outward with the circles, but rather a moving disturbance is created. Similarly, when we speak, the sound wave moves outward from us without any flow of air from one part of the medium to another. For example, consider the sound of the horn. This sound reaches our ear because of sound waves. There is transfer of energy from one point to another with the help of particles in the medium. These particles do not move, they just move around their mean position. But the energy is getting transferred from one particle to another, and it keeps on transferring till it reaches the destination. The movement of a particle is initiated by the disturbance, and this disturbance is then transferred from one point to another through space and time. The disturbances produced in air are much less obvious, and only our ears or a microphone can detect them. These patterns, which move without the actual physical transfer or flow of matter as a whole, are called waves. In a wave, information and energy in the form of signals propagate from one point to another, but no material object makes the journey. All our communications depend on the transmission of signals through waves. When we make a telephone call to a friend at a distant place, a sound wave carries the message from our vocal cord to the telephone. There, an electric signal is generated which propagates along the copper wire. If the distance is too large, the electric signal generated may be transformed into a light signal or electromagnetic waves and transmitted through the optical cables or the atmosphere. And at the receiving end, the electrical or light signal or electromagnetic waves are transformed back into the sound waves traveling from the telephone to the ear. Not all waves require a medium for their propagation, as light waves can travel through vacuum. The light emitted by stars, which are hundreds of light years away from us, reaches us through interstellar space, which is practically a vacuum. So the waves we come across are mainly of three types: mechanical, electromagnetic, and matter waves. Mechanical waves are governed by all the Newton's law of motion. Medium is needed for propagation of wave, such as water, air, and rock. Some common examples include water waves, sound waves, seismic waves, etc. Electromagnetic waves. do not require any medium for their propagation. Visible ultraviolet, radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, etc. are the common examples of electromagnetic waves, and they travel through vacuum at the same speed as speed of light. Matter waves are associated with moving electrons, protons, neutrons, and other fundamental particles, and even atoms and molecules. Because we commonly think of these as constituting matters, so such waves are called matter waves. Matter waves associated with electrons are employed in electron microscopes.